KDB. Is fire.
Beats Planet.
People love us, Law. They gonna listen to us however we
right.
however we get it done. So we got a big jumble on the screen, but we gonna figure it out slowly but surely. We try to get everybody in the same place at the same time. So like, give us like 2 seconds to kind of work on this thing while we kind of talk to y'all a little bit, man. It's Voch the Lombardi, of course. Brother Law Nation's up in here. What's happening? We just clicked Fuster King on Fuster King up in there. We just clicked the Koye Media on the Koye Media's up in here. What's happening? What's happening?
What up? What's happening?
It's all good, man. It's all good. Fuster King, you
All
good?
Right, go. What's up, everybody?
Yo, Fuster
Can
King.
y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. We need you, Fuster King. Make sure your
Can y'all
Wi-Fi.
hear me? What's up, fellas? Y'all got me?
Yeah.
You sound like you're in the water.
We keep.
Foots, turn your Wi-Fi on because we need you the most, player. Oh, Foots. Oh, Foots, I need you the most. So, Foots, you good? Foots?
All right, hold on. Let me take these headphones off and let me just go.
Do whatever you got to do.
Can y'all hear me?
Get comfortable, Foots. We need you the most. Get comfortable, my guy. My goodness. Somebody in the chat asked, are we live? Yeah, we live. I just gotta
Hold on, let me do this.
I just gotta get everything worked out. Here. So give me a second. But first, please get comfortable. But yeah, though, man. You know, we haven't done this in a while. I'm sure when we walked into this thing, we had a lot of optimism about this team. But boy,
all right, y'all got me. Is that better?
What a difference of 2 months make.
Right.
It happens real fast. Like so. I got some questions written down that I'm gonna chop up with all of you. Fuster King, you good, sir? Hey man, we gonna wait till Foots get right, man. Cause I need.
Y'all got me now.
This is really
Am I
important.
cleaner?
Yeah,
Am I cleaner, Voch?
you
Yeah,
good?
you cleaner, Luke.
Can you hear us though? Cause that's most important. Foots, boy, Foots talking on the doggone.
Yeah, I can hear y'all perfect.
Foots talking through a damn solo cup with a string in it. Foots, can you hear me, sir?
I don't know what.
Foots know what he doing. He can hear me. He just don't want this sauce that's coming to him. Foots don't want this mess that's coming to him.
Let me turn the Wi-Fi. I thought I could.
All right, Foots. All right, okay. While you working on that, I'm just gonna get general thoughts from the league mates here. You know what I'm saying? So Koye Media, just give me some quick thoughts on this season so far. What's it meant to you? Has it upset your heart, sir?
Man, you see this thing rolled up in my ear and got me back to smoking after this season. No, seriously. I feel like, you know, the roller coaster ride that we on, you know, you couldn't have anticipated it, but it's a move that goes with, it fits well with what 2020 has been anyway, which is a year of uncertainty. Right, we came in certain about what we wanted, as I think as all fans did. Like, we thought we had one of the better teams in the league, or at least in the NFC, on paper. And it doesn't always translate because, you know, it shows. It taught a lesson. It shows that culture has a large role to play in not only player development but team, you know, development as well. Sure. And the culture, I don't think was installed at that time. AJ, hey, be quiet. My dog. The hell going on? My dog snapping.
I go ahead.
You got one of them Shih Tzus, man.
You good, man. Yeah, he has Shih Tzu. Hey, what's up, Nick? Yeah, good. He has Shih Tzu. Yeah, they call him teddy bear dog and shit.
I would not.
But
go ahead.
It just shows how much culture, you know, and actually having that time to install that culture actually means to a team. That's what we got to see. Because I don't think we have horrible coaches. And I don't even think we have horrible players. Mm-hmm. But the missing ingredients is like that bond. They don't have the bond, or at least the trust in each other, because the coaches can't really trust the players because they haven't had the time with them to see what they really can do. Right. And the players can't really trust the coaches because they haven't had that time under them either. And I don't think that's a Cowboy thing, though. I think that's like league-wide. You're probably having that problem. It's just that we had the perfect storm with a new coach coming in, and then a lot of, you know, a lot of like parts that are up in the air anyway coming into the season. Right. So it was just the perfect storm for us to struggle a little bit more because of those transitions. We got a new special teams coach, new defensive coordinator, new head coach, new everything, you know, and then a lot of players that already, you know, needed tutelage to begin with, and they're not buying into the it doesn't seem like they're buying into the messip.
Well, I'm about to say you just gonna take the answers for everybody. Law Nation. Just if there's anything left over, sir, go ahead.
Well, man, nobody saw this coming, man. Besides the Cowboys haters.
I'm back, Voch, by the way.
We can see you, Brad.
We got you.
We see you now, man.
Yes, sir.
You in the folds over there, man. Really appreciate everybody that's watching, man. But nobody saw this, man. If I were to tell people at the beginning of the year that we were gonna look like this, regardless of COVID or what have you, man, people have been cussing me out, man. But right now we're in a situation where we can only hope that these guys can show us something, that they properly evaluate the guys that we drafted this year, so we can be locked and loaded for the 2021 season. So that's all I have to say. Just to rebuttal, or I guess, let me see how I can put this. I got to look at it like this from Okoye. He said he don't see the problem with the coaches. I don't know, man. Mike Nolan, I see the team is turning around to the right way, but it just seems as if though Mike Nolan, everywhere he been, maybe he just got a bad cloud or bad luck about himself. But
Yeah.
we'll find out next year, right? Got another year with him.
Show enough. Okay, Foots, let me ask you this question, sir. First of all, sir, can you hear me?
Somebody popping popcorn.
Foots the King over there loading the magazines up. Foots, can you hear me? Foots know what's coming to him. That's why he acting like this. Foots know I'm about to go in.
No, I can hear you. I got you perfectly.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Foots, let me ask you a question, sir.
No, I got.
Okay.
I got you right now. I got you live, bro.
Okay, cool. Foots, let me ask you a question, sir. Why don't you want Dak Prescott to be the quarterback of the Cowboys, man?
Whoa!
I need to hear it. I need you to
explain the spot with that.
I need you to explain.
I was like, damn, I thought it was peaceful. Go ahead.
I want your voice coming in clearly. Everybody else, don't cut him off. Law, don't say nothing. Okoye, don't touch him. Foots,
I'm muting the mic on this.
Please, Foots, why don't you want Dak Prescott to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, sir? Don't cry now.
Nah, he throwing a fastball. My stance is my stance is, listen, I would love to have Dak. So it's layered. I would love to have Dak be our quarterback. I'm just thinking about the holes that this team has.
So I don't think that we'll be able to fix them and pay him. So you want to make a hole at quarterback because the rest of your team?
That's what I'm saying. Can you hear me, Voch?
I can hear you, sir. Yeah. So you want to make a hole at quarterback because you don't like what the rest of your team look like, sir? Go ahead.
Well, Voch, here's the thing.
Right.
Dak's camp is gonna come to the bargaining table asking for what?
40, but cool. Give him 40. Give him 40. It's the most important position in football. Give him 40.
They're gonna be asking. I think they're gonna ask. I think they're gonna ask for more, but this team is so bad defensively, and you're not gonna be able to fix that in one, even two drafts. So I was thinking you're gonna have to do some things free agent wise, because if you think about it, we've tried to go draft. We try to kind of go that route, and it just hasn't worked how we thought it would. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
With the turnover, I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. And you're never gonna be really drafting this high again, and we haven't drafted an elite level quarterback since Troy Aikman.
We have drafted an elite level quarterback. We drafted him in the 4th round. His name is Dakota Prescott, sir. I tell you what, you saying that it's hard to turn a team around in the draft. You know what's harder? Finding a competent quarterback. If you look at the last few drafts, how many of them been worth something, Foots? How many of them been worth something? And we luck up and we find one in the 4th round. You know we can draft, Foots. Give me them picks. You know we can draft. You know we can't evaluate free agents. So why do we need money to bring in free agents, Foots? If Dak Prescott won $40 million and you want to sign a big top tier free agent, you only gonna sign 3 free agents. One gonna be 25, one gonna be 15, one gonna be regular with 5. You know what I'm saying? So why not just draft your play? We got 4 starters out of this draft. Ben DiNucci don't count, but we got 4 starters out of this draft. If you do that again with more picks and a premium pick, Foots, you my guy. And it hurt me to see you out on Twitter like that, Foots. Talking about some Trey Lance. No.
That's the kid from North Dakota.
Him. If we was 1st overall and it was Trevor Lawrence, I'd be mad, but I'd be like, hey. You know what I'm saying? But it don't look like we getting 1st overall. You know what I'm saying? It look like we may be like 2nd or 3rd. I don't feel comfortable about Trey Lance when I know I got a top 5 quarterback going into his prime. You see what I'm saying, brother Foots? Foots on delay. We're going to let him catch up. But Foots, you see what I'm saying?
Foots, you allowed me to retort.
Foots froze. Go ahead, Okoye. You talk. Listen, come back, Foots. We need you. We need you.
Address one thing, and I don't want to finish addressing it until Foots get back on, but I'll start it.
Yeah.
We had Worley, we had Poe, we had McCoy. Yeah. Whether you agree or disagree with them being gone, Poe and Worley, that is, they were free agents that we freed money up for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if that's what we're waiting for, I mean, that obviously didn't work this year. And most of the players that historically played well for us in the last 25 years have been homegrown, minus Dion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Minus Dion, and can't really think of too many. Pac-Man played okay.
Right.
But we don't usually go in the free agency market and kill it and make big splashes anyway. We historically didn't do it. You can say that that's why we haven't won. But I agree. Like, this team, even this year, right now, is not as horrible as they look on film. I don't believe. I still don't believe it.
Koya, they go first. Koya, they go first. Let him rock while we got him. While we got him, let him rock. While we got him, go ahead, Foots. Go ahead, Foots.
I basically said we had Worley before to your free agency question, but go.
I was hating on Trey Lance. I was hating on you. We not getting rid of Dak Prescott. Let's build my team through the draft. Go ahead, Foots. It's on you, sir. All right, Koya, finish what you were saying. All right, Koya, go ahead and say what you were saying.
No, we're going to give him a chance. Come on, Foots. Get unfrozen. Foots, come on.
Somebody do CPR on Foot's phone real quick.
But no, you just this is what I'm saying. I feel like to try to abandon the ship on Dak right now just don't make no sense.
Yeah,
it don't make much sense, because even if this team, the defense isn't great,
right?
Dak showed that he can take this offense to a level that we haven't seen, and I know Garrett Gilbert gave some people some sparks of hope. But even no matter how good you think he is, I mean, that's great that you got somebody that can come in, play cold, and be solid. That's great.
Sure.
But once defenses catch up to his film next year, he might be average. You never know. You know what I mean? So I'd rather stick with the girl that brung me. I danced with the chick that brought me. You know what I mean?
So in the chat box, real fast, I'm gonna let you rock, Law. Miss Scouting Pro said, and I love Miss Scouting Pro a little more than the rest of these people in this chat box. She say, I love draft. However, free agency has proven to make teams contenders. Sure, I don't mind free agency, but I don't want a free agent with Dak money, thinking that I could just go sign some big people and that's gonna supplant what I'm missing at quarterback. Because what we seeing now, look at like San Fran, right? They put all this money into Super Bowl run, and to be fair, they got there and they lost. So now they looking at money on the books like, okay, so we paid Sherman, and there's D Ford, and there's Garoppolo, and there's Quan Alexander. So they don't have multiple runs in them. They were built for a run. I don't want a run. So I would rather just pay my quarterback, who I know is top 5, top tier, put some old men free agents that's solid around the right free agents. We did good with free agents last year, not this year. You know what I'm saying? Put them cats around and just draft, man. Just draft properly like we've been doing it. We'll be fine. Go ahead, Law.
Damn, bro, you right on point with it. Now I'm a firm believer of what Miss Scouting Pro is saying, but you got to be able to strike when you do those free agent moves. Just for a prime example, like you brilliant. Think about this, Cowboy Nation. The Broncos, when they went on their run, they did it through the free agency room, right?
Sure.
And that window shut real quick.
Giants.
The Eagles, they did their run through the free agent move. That window shut real quick. Mm-hmm. The LA Rams, I remember when they went to the Super Bowl, that was because of the free agent run. And that window shut down real quick. Yeah. So that's what we playing with. If we decide to go on that free agent run, that window can shut real quick, because I believe that, yes, Diggs, you can build around him. I like his skill set, what he displayed this year. If you go into the free agency and you pull out a better safety, maybe you find somebody else that can help along that defense, or it can be somebody on the offensive side. But we don't really need nobody. All we need is Dak Prescott, a healthy Dak Prescott with his offense. Maybe, just maybe, on the free agent groove, if we can find an offensive lineman, because I'm surely thinking that your boy Tyron Smith is not going to play 16 weeks, and we don't know what the hell is going to happen with La'el Collins. So, yes, in a no, maybe. But you still, like you said, still build through the draft, but you got to do that spark. Not Walmart deal, not clearance rack deal, but you got to get that spark deal on the free agency.
So I have this written down, gentlemen, and I know this is important to y'all. If you scared, go to church. Y'all know I got to get in my chat box and let them have it. Okay, so to move up to get Jared Goff, right? First round pick, 2 seconds, third, a next year's first and a next year third. Damn. Moving up to get Carson Wentz. First, third, fourth, next year's first, and a second the year after that. Moving up to get Pat. First round pick, first next year, third round. That's from 27 to like 10 overall or something. You know what I mean? Moving up a little bit to get Josh Rosen, first, a third, and a fifth. What I'm saying, we know the Cowboys draft well. Why not give me picks? Why not give me picks? I would rather have Dak and multiple picks to have multiple people than to not pay Dak, have Nick Foles at quarterback, and to have a cold-ass team around him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I know what Dak can do. Dak can win with – I've seen Dak be amazing with a terrible offensive line. Don't let these damn Twitter people lie to you no more. This was the perfect year. This was the perfect year for us to evaluate Dak Prescott. All that, the team is carrying him. That offensive line, Jason Witten, and da-da-da. All that shit is out the door, and I love it. And I hate that Ford had to go down for us to learn this way. But sometimes the Robitussin got to be nasty. You know what I'm saying? The best medicine for you. The best medicine ain't going to taste good. You know what I'm saying? What Dak Prescott was able to do with the worst offensive line in the league and the worst defense in the league was incredible. So we know that the offensive line is going to come back. We know that's going to happen. Fix the defense a little bit. And based on the last few weeks, I'm going to talk to y'all about this in a little bit. Based on the last few weeks, the defense looked to be making some kind of improvement. They're not the 85 Bears, but they ain't the worst. But they ain't the worst defense of all time no more. Dak Prescott can win with that defense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just
that defense right there is winnable. Yeah.
So just fix them guys, man. I'm just not for all. You don't want to ruin your team for $40 million.
Nah.
You don't want to ruin your team for $40 million, man. Keep your quarterback and just boogie like that, man. What else y'all got on this before we move on? Because when Fuss come back, we're coming right back to it. We're coming right back to it when Fuss come back. But
I want to ask both of y'all too, man, since y'all the draft kings, and I'm starting to look at the draft right now. And I'm talking to you, Voch, and Foots, whenever you get his phone groove back.
I ain't the draft king.
Right. We like wait and see. I can tell you, like, just glancing at the top 50, that if you remove the quarterbacks out the way, this draft, as it relates to the top 50, is wide receiver and edge heavy. From what I'm seeing from here, how did that come to play? Do we really? We don't need any wide receivers nor edge, in my opinion.
Okay, so. Great point, by the way, Law Nation, for everybody that's listening right now. Let me just tell you what you want. You want as many quarterbacks to be great. So we know that there's Fields. We know that there's Lawrence. There's a kid from BYU named Zach Wilson. Mm-hmm. He's incredible. The mock drafts ain't on it yet because it's November. But listen to Voch. Zach Wilson going to be in that top 3 to 4 conversation real soon. So this ain't like one of them years, right? Think about the Baker Mayfield year, right? Where it was Baker, then there was a little bit, then there was Sam, then there was a couple of picks, then it was like Allen and Rosen and shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that because those quarterbacks were on different talent levels or whatever. What we want this year, and this is the case, if Trevor Lawrence don't exist, Fields is the best quarterback. If Fields don't exist, Zach Wilson, all these guys are first overall pick level guys, right? So what you want is as many top quarterbacks in that top 5 so that them teams in the back like Indy and San Fran and the Bears, those teams that need quarterbacks, you want them to move, Washington Football, Wizards, whoever. You want those guys to move up. You know what I'm saying? You want them to move up to give you that ransom, to give you multiple picks, and then we trade back. So in the top 10 or so, it's going to be 4 quarterbacks, 3 offensive linemen, wide receiver Jamar Chase, and it's going to be some guys I wouldn't draft or whatever, like, you know, Russo from Miami. He's the first edge guy. But I don't want to draft nobody in that top 10. Nobody. I just don't think that they worth that pick. It's a lot of guys that'll be top 10 guys, but ain't no Chase Youngs this year, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Ain't no clear-cut nasty dog at 3rd overall for us, you know, for the Cowboys to take. It'll be a linebacker that you'll feel better taking at 10. That's Parsons. Or like 3 corners that you'll feel better taking at 10. So I want to draft at 15 anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like
you're saying, yeah.
Give me back to 15.
Yeah.
Because look, think about this. Think about last year's draft, and we're gonna move on. Think about last year's draft, right? If you drafting at like 8, you got to draft Isaiah Simmons because that's just how the draft fell to you. But if you draft him at 12, you can go O-line, you can go D-line, you can go CeeDee Lamb, you can go corner. I want options. I don't want to be pigeonholed in the draft to some dude I don't want. I want as many possible people that I can get, and then I'll fill this defense up, if that makes sense.
Well, let me ask you this, and this is a crazy question. What happened if they don't move and they say, well, damn it, we did the same thing last year, and we just going to go with best player available, and we thinking about Jamar Chase. He falls right to us, and we don't need a wide receiver. We go get a wide receiver, and they move on. They practice this exit plan for another wide receiver. I'm not going to mention his name, but they practice that move, and they say, okay, we set.
I would love.
How mad would you get if they do that?
I would love to have Chase, Lamb, and Coop. I would hate that it went down in draft mode that way. But if we third overall and quarterback go 1 and 2, then the best players is the offensive lineman from Oregon. That's Sewell. Penei Sewell. So you get his ass, put him at left guard, and you got the best offensive line in the league again. I don't want that necessarily because I know Dak can win with a bad offensive line. I don't want my defense to be the worst defense ever no more. So just get your offensive line and be pissed off. But Fuss the King back. Hey, Fuss, what's happening, Fuss? What's up, my guy?
This ain't been a struggle. Is that cleaner?
Yeah, you good, Fuss the King. Let me ask you a question, Fuss the King.
Hey, so let's go back to my man Okoye been looking like, what is wrong with this dude?
We ain't never leaving, Playboy.
No.
We ain't never leaving, play.
I missed you, brother.
It's your world. It's your world.
Man, bro. That dad life ain't no joke. Ain't no joke, Law Okoye.
That's how I'm over here looking like, yeah, you look like me 20 years ago.
She ain't never lied, bro.
Voch ain't got no kids, but brother Fussy, I got a question for you, brother Fussy King. Now that you're here, sir. Why, okay, so get into some of them layers to why you don't want Dak Prescott to be.
No.
Give me them layers.
My Twitter. Listen, man, I be flying off the rails on Twitter. Dak is a great quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
I can't tell, Fuss. I can't tell about how you be talking about him.
Yeah, listen, man, stop. At the end of the day, though, okay, I've watched this team waste careers, bro. And what's now happening is like, bro. It seemed like just yesterday we just drafted Tyron Smith. I don't think Tyron Smith will be healthy again. You feel me, Law? Like it's one of them things to where it's just like I'm looking at a Zeke Elliott. I'm not saying that Zeke is completely falling off, but we can't deny the fact that he's not the same player. I've just watched guys on this team come and go, and I'm just like, if it's Mike's team. I don't know. It's just a lot that I'm thinking of, really and truthfully. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of this too, Voch. So I'm thinking of this too.
Yeah.
This defense has so many issues.
Sure. I'm with you. But Foots, my only problem with what you're saying, Foots, and this is my biggest problem with what you're saying. You want to replace the best player on your team with somebody that's not better than him, Foots.
Well, you should have paid him then. That's the problem.
Okay, well, we offered him the money. He didn't take it, so we got to go back.
No, you should have paid him before you paid the runner.
Okay, Foots, fair, but I'm talking about as of 2020. Foots the King hops on Twitter, and he wants to draft a quarterback not as good as Dak Prescott because he don't want to pay $40 million.
So Trevor Lawrence isn't as good as Dak.
We at third overall, and look, to be fair, Foots, I know where you come from. We all grew up in similar circumstances. I know you like to shoot dice in the bathroom, sir, but I have a bird in the hand. That's a top 5 quarterback that was projected to put up 7,000 yards this year and lead the league in touchdowns. A bird in my hand is doing that. You want 2 in the bush that's cheaper and may not be as good. We get excited about Trevor Lawrence, but we got excited about Baker Mayfield. We got excited about Josh Rosen. We got excited. I was excited about Dak at Mississippi State, Foots.
I love him in Mississippi State. I remember when he beat Alabama.
Sure.
Here's my thing though, Vato.
They lost Alabama. Go ahead.
Did they? They did lose Alabama.
They beat LSU though.
They was two. I know they beat the SEC, a big SEC name,
mm-hmm.
and they haven't been good since.
Right. But go ahead.
My thing is like the yardage argument is kind of like, I remember when Kirk Cousins led the league in yardage. You kind of got to watch the games too, because a lot of that is like, yeah, we were leading the league in yardage. Or, you know, Dak was throwing for a bunch of yards, but we were down a lot. And it's also because our defense stinks so bad. And that's what I'm trying to figure out how to fix that side of the ball.
You draft guys on defense.
Hold on, Voch. I also wanted us to draft a defender high this draft. Me and you talked about that.
Sure.
Now, I'm not mad at CeeDee Lamb.
You can't be.
But can't be mad at CeeDee Lamb. But I also said you got to start putting some – me and you talk the same language when it comes to the draft here. We also talk about the safety position for a year. So we're definitely on the same page there. I'm just thinking now you're going to have to overhaul. Like, it's just historically – this is pathetic what's being ran out there.
Sure.
Now, also – you don't know if D-Law will come back and give you something. So it's just a lot that I've been thinking about, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Foots.
Now, I will say this.
Okay.
If you can get a trade out partner, then you bail, and then all bets are off. And it's about we talked about it offline. It's about, I would say, 7 to 8 teams that need a quarterback. Which team is gonna give you a king's ransom?
It's plenty of them, Foots. Plenty. Look, because this.
I think you got to find a bad organization. I don't think it's plenty of teams. You got to find a Washington. Washington is a bad organization.
I think Washington would do it. I think the Bears would do it. I think the Colts would do it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be looking at quarterback soon. I think it's a gang of teams that we can look at, Foots. And this is one of them quarterback classes to where if you ain't got quarterback, like, go get you a quarterback in this class. But we don't need a quarterback because we got 4. You see what I'm saying? That's my big thing. I don't want to replace the best player on my team with somebody worse because I don't get better that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff, man, to think about because if
not.
you get a rookie quarterback, you gotta be willing to go through another maybe 2 years before development.
Yeah.
Well, so here's my thing, Law. We've seen it. So if you're watching Joe Burrow play, we've seen a lot of young guys come in and be the pro game. If you watch Herbert just coming off the street, Herbert just came in. He didn't even know he was going to be playing that game. That game, Voch. Just came in cold and just so this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying these guys are better than Dak. I'm not saying any of that, but
that's what Colin Cowherd says. No, don't say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, does Mike want his guy, Law? All these discussions are happening, whether we like it or not. And then Law, you of all people know, when you this bad, everything's on the table.
Foots.
I don't care.
I don't think we that bad.
Everything's on the table.
I don't think we that bad. I just think we've had a terrible.
I think we're that bad.
I think we had. I think we've had a terrible start on defense, and I think everybody else was hurt. That's what I think. Foots. It's a bad combination. It's a bad combination of injuries and the worst start on defense I've ever seen. So how do you fix some of these things? Right? It's small fixes, Foots. It ain't big fixes. The one small fix. Okay, let's just take Daryl Worley off the field, and we're immediately better. We're immediately better at cornerback simply taking Daryl Worley off the field, taking Poe off the field. Everson Griffin leaves, Randy Gregory comes in. We're immediately better. So in my mind, why do we keep doing that? Because, Foots, I don't need this defense to be 85 Bears. I just need us to rank at like 27.
I definitely want our young talent playing. You notice I never did a video on none of those guys because I never thought they could play, especially Poe. It was one of them things that was like he was just god awful. You see what I'm saying?
I must have got your kicked out bug or something. I just got kicked out.
Nah, man. You good, man. I'm just serving Foots hot fire. Serving this hot fire up on Foots.
Hey, let's get it back and forth, bro, because like I said, I would love to see Bradley and Nye. I want to see when you this bad, bro. I just want to see young talent playing. You feel what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with you. You talk about Worley. We're probably gonna have to draft. We're gonna need the cornerback position at this point. Is now with Trayvon out, they probably gonna keep Trayvon on ice.
But let me tell you this: the only way that you can get like some defensive guys if you keep Dak, if you think about it. The only way, if you keep Dak and somebody try.
What the fuck going on with this shit today? What the hell?
I don't know.
Lotto,
we can't talk about Dak. Let's just leave it alone.
Lotto never freeze.
All right, everybody is. And
Lotto.
I know mine good. So
God
it's
damn,
it's crazy.
Carl. Hey man, we gonna figure it out, chat box. This what happens when you just try to get 4 people going at the same time, y'all. This just what happens. It is what it is.
It's great radio. It's great.
But my whole thing though, Foots, and I don't hate you, Foots, because you my guy, Foots. You my guy. I just know you'll hop on that internet, and I know most of this comes from losing ball games. We get frustrated when we lose ball games. I get it,
all
Foots.
do, yeah.
But that don't mean we get to be irresponsible because we different.
I've been very irresponsible
because we different. Joe Sandberg and them
trigger fingers to the Twitter fingers. You go to the fingers out there, bro.
Listen, man, Joe Sandberg can say what he want. Miss Scouting Pro and them, Big Josh, they can say what they want. We can't do that, Foots.
We gotta.
We can't, because you know what's gonna happen, Foots.
In all seriousness,
yes,
you can win. You can win ball games with Dak, man.
You can win a Super Bowl with Dak. What are you saying?
But here's the thing, though. Voch, here's the problem.
Ain't no problem, Foots. Go ahead.
No, it's definitely a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's definitely a problem.
Go ahead.
It's definitely a problem. This front office is showing you that they're lacking in a lot of ways, bro.
How so?
It's what us four would do. I think us four would get in this war room, argue, and we would make something shake. But the problem is the front office is pissing on you and calling it rain. And that's the issue. And so law will tell you we got bad contracts on this team, bro. Tyrone Crawford. We got
two bad contracts on the team. We got two bad contracts. We got two bad contracts with. But you know, we also have a bunch of fantastic. Leo Collins is a fantastic contract for Zach.
It is, bro. But he also okay. That's fine.
Okay, go.
But let's talk about the runner for a second.
Sure, bad contract. I agree. Zeke
that's
and Jalen.
Huge though, bro, because listen,
Zeke and Jalen are bad contracts. Sure.
Listen, Voch, when I was
but all running backs that get paid got a bad contract.
I agree, Koye,
sure.
but you got to be
it's just messed up for running backs, man.
It is, bro. But you notice the Steelers said, "This is what you're gonna get, Le'Veon. That's it.
Sure.
I can't give you anything more. This is what you're gonna get, Le'Veon.
Sure.
Lost him in that T. Oh, he got froze on the T. Dang. You know what I'm saying? And so, and Voch, guess what? Me and you sat on draft day and said Tony Pollard is more than a third down back.
Sure.
He can do some things, use them in different ways, put him in space, put him on linebackers he can catch. And he's showing, and I hate this thing that I'm saying now is like, well, he's not seeing the same fronts as Zeke. Dog, anybody who's watching football, his legs, he just has more pop. It's just, he just jumps off my screen. When it's blocked, Tony Pollard jumps off my screen. And I'm not saying that this, like the league now is 3 years at minimum of a good back, and then you just start filtering another one. That's just what it has to be if you want to be a good team. Like good teams aren't investing big contracts into running backs. Dallas did.
New England actually showed the best game plan, maybe them and the Saints, of what to do with a running back. And it might seem worse for the running back, but in the grand scheme of things, it's better for him and better for the team when you actually do it with running back by committee. Mm-hmm. You might pay them less, but their job security is way better, and so is their longevity in the league. So I think it's better for running backs, although it might suck individually. They want those big, massive contracts. But once you get a massive contract, you have to justify it by being productive for at least, you're only going to see 2-3 years of that. And then now that we're shifting to this guaranteed contract, they don't want to guarantee contracts for running backs because they know that's not a guaranteed position. You're one cut, a Kanjana Carter away from guaranteeing millions of dollars away instantly. I mean, I guess that's that way with any player, but with running backs, it's kind of guaranteed because you're getting hit 5 times a play, where everybody else is taking 1. You're taking 5, 6, and if you're Zeke, you're taking 10. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was fun to watch, but how long will you last doing it?
This my problem. Zeke's contract is bad, but at least I know what I'm getting from Zeke. Jalen contract is bad, and Jalen ain't playing good. So we ain't getting shit. I think
Jalen is getting his ass whooped all year.
Jalen is
his ass whooped.
Oh, listen, when Cowboy fans hate you, when it rains, it pours, fella. When it rains, it pours. Koye, you my defense guy. you got something on Jalen Smith? Because then what
you
like?
Wait.
Then what you like to do?
Somebody.
Then what you like to do? You love your favorite people, but you shit on mine. I can't like Connor Williams, but you'll defend Quentin Osborne
you
and
ain't
Jalen
heard
Smith.
Me lately. You ain't heard me lately. I actually been off Connor ass. I've been off his ass lately. Just except for the end of the last game where he gave up that sack. That was kind of nutty. I was like, Connor. I'm back to agreeing with you on he only does that one time a game. It's just when it happens that matters. You know
I
agree.
I agree. But tell me about Jalen though. Give me some bad news about Jalen though.
You're right. I eat crow when crow is due, bro.
I don't even want that. Go ahead.
Jalen, I really do feel is best suited not trying to run around. They should just give him a position that allows him to accentuate his strengths. Allow him to blitz, allow him to rush off the edge, and rotate him in. If you can find room for guys like Dorrance Armstrong to stay on the field doing the wrong things, you can find snaps for Jalen near the line of scrimmage or outside linebacker or somewhere like that. I don't think Jalen should be in coverage full time. If you have him caught, on a flat, got card and the running back that's getting released to that side, cool. If every once in a while he might be head up on the tight end, on a zone blitz because you're trying to disguise something and you're blitzing the opposite side and he just needs to hold that tight end up to buy that other guy some time, cool, he can do that. If you need him to just run up the seam every once in the blue on like some cover 2 type looks, exotic, and he can run straight lines, yeah, he could do that. But don't ask him to isolate against the tight end or against any dynamic route runner at all. They don't even have to be dynamic. Just anybody that can go in and out on him, he's pretty much going to lose that battle. And I'm not hating on him when I say that. You guys know, like, this has been popping up on film all year. You can see that team, just like we do reverses when we get inside the 30. When Kellen gets inside the 30, it's gonna be a reverse or some dumb trick play.
Don't say Kellen's name, man. Don't bring Kellen in there. Lord Nation.
Okoye, Voch been giving me hell. Leave Kellen alone.
Because this is my problem with you, Foots. I could go search. I could go search Foots the King. He said nothing about Mike Nolan. Foots doesn't say a thing about Mike Nolan. Foots will get on his channel. Foots will get on with damn Skywalker Steel and say, well, yeah, man, the players just can't be saying the coaches are bad. We need these guys on defense to play better. Mike Nolan's not the problem. Then in the same breath, he'll blame Kellen Moore. What, Foots?
You know I'm a play caller for my kids, and it's not at the youth level. And I know you know the offensive side of the ball. Here's my thing: the best play callers literally stay patient. I feel like what happens with Kellen Moore is it's like, bro, you're literally getting 4+ a pop. Even like I've watched him I can count at least 4 times this year. He's done something that takes us out of field goal range, Voch. We gotta stay in field goal range, bro. Like, you can't call a play that's gonna take too long to develop. You can't call a reverse. We need field goals. We don't, like you said, Dak is out. We're not scoring at a high clip. We need field goals, bro. What are you doing?
You want to know the one person consistently getting us out of field goal range? Terrence Steele is consistently getting us out of field goal range.
I'm not trying to hear
and
that.
Because they have, you want to hear that? No, listen. Kellen Moore watch this. Kellen Moore is using the pieces that he's forced to use. He's forced to have Terrence Steele at right tackle. He's forced to have Joe Looney at center. I mean, Tyler Biadasz got hurt.
Running reverse.
That's what I got to do with running reverse.
Because my playbook is limited. I may not have nothing but a damn reverse. No, listen.
You're going to the bottom of it for reverse.
Okoye, don't lean close to the screen to tell me that, Okoye. Back up from the camera.
No, thank you, Okoye. Normally me and Okoye, we on your ass tonight.
Y'all ain't doing shit.
I can tell
I'm not scared of y'all.
Because the only one I disagree with now is Voch. I do disagree with you about a Dak, though.
So I just think that, bro, like, what do you like? Just stay patient, bro. Like, you gotta know. Defenses are too fast. This is not Boise State. You may get them once. I think in the Eagles game, you got some things twice. I think he got like a counter once, and he got, bro, that third time, Brandon Graham done seen that. It ain't happening again, bro. The outside linebacker, you're gonna lose yardage. And now every yard in the NFL, it's not hashes. You don't have those wide hashes like you do in college. So It's just those plays just don't make sense. I would rather you raise up and throw a slant to Michael Gallup. Why don't you do that?
Because you don't want Ben DiNucci throwing slants in traffic. Let me ask you a question.
You don't want Ben DiNucci, but I do like. I will say this: Gilbert, it wasn't bad. As far as
Gilbert's better.
Why you name it like that? Sounds like it's negative though. He played a hell of a game.
It
wasn't not bad.
Let me tell you what he did. Gilbert was better than Dalton and DiNucci. That's why it's a good game.
Yeah, it was.
He ain't just blowing us away.
I agree. I'll eat that crow because I thought Dalton would be better. Voch.
No, he played a Dak from 2 years ago game. It was like good.
So why is Kellen Moore calling a reverse with Gilbert in the game? Like, bruh, let him throw a slant. He was accurate. He had a great against a good secondary.
I don't know, man.
That's the point. Not even trying to beat Kellen up. It's like you'll see it too though. From 80 to 20, or from 20 to 20, Kellen the man. Then he get there and start being too creative when you dance with the chick that brought you here. We were running up the field or throwing the field, and then all of a sudden he tried to trick his way up the rest of the way. Like that's not got you to the 30 to begin with.
Okay, timeout. We gotta let Law Nation talk. Timeout. Timeout. We gotta let Law talk because he was over there dancing like I ain't saying shit in 10 minutes.
I was dancing with. Oh yeah, he said dancing.
I ain't saying shit in 10 minutes. Yo, Law, you got any? Go ahead.
But what we saying with Kellen Moore is that as second year offensive coordinator, man, and some of the defenses that he's up against forgot more than what he knows, what have you, however that saying goes. So yeah. I just think that with Kellen Moore, year 3, he's not going anywhere, by the way. Cowboy Nation, he's not going anywhere. So let's get used to him or what have you and see what he can work on and improve on from there.
My whole thing, I don't mind saying Kellen has his issues. Kellen does have his issues, right? But if 4 was playing, we wouldn't have those same issues. 2,
yes, we would.
2, I don't think so. 2, I don't.
He did it a lot before. Thank you, Corey.
2,
yeah, he did
2, I don't want Foots hopping on Twitter talking about Kellen Moore and he ain't said shit about Mike Nolan. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Oh. So
I'm a simple man.
Hold on. Let me tell you why I haven't said nothing about Mike Nolan. I think me and Law talked about this.
Oh goodness. Right.
I think that, and you guys are a defensive guy, so
I'm not.
I'll talk to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Corey does the film on the defense.
Right.
I'm gonna say this about Nolan. From what I've seen with some of these lapses in the coverages, and I'm talking about just basic stuff, I'm now thinking I just don't think these guys can do it. Like it's a reason why Chris Richard played things how it was, because it's meant so like Voch, there can't be that many blown coverages. And you got this is somebody brought this up to me too. It's like, dog, it's like welcome to the league, Trayvon Diggs. Go guard Julio, go guard Terry McLaurin.
DK.
Because the rest of these guys stink. Go guard DK Metcalf. It's like, oh, he just, you know what I'm saying? He got Similac behind his ears and he got to go guard the best player because the rest of these guys just cannot do it. And so that thank God it didn't break his confidence. But even in the Eagles game, he got beat a lot in the Eagles game. He made plays, but he got beat. And so that's what I'm saying is like, so Voch, I'm not mad at drafting a corner. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we can pull Trey back. But you got holes on this defense, bro. Not to mention, it's pretty sure we haven't got. I'm sure you're gonna get to this segment. Jordan Lewis out of here. Okay.
Well, let's do it right now, then. Let's do it right now. You have this list that of Cowboy players you want to purge. So, Foots, you have the list. What I want to do is Okoye and Law. Would y'all just like to take turns guessing who's on this list of players that Foots wants to just push off a bridge, and we'll talk about them as we get there.
I don't want to push him off a bridge.
We already know Dak on it.
Dak ain't on there. Dak ain't on there. So hey, look, Okoye, it shocked the shit out of me when he said it too.
Nah, hey, Okoye. LV, I love the way LV been playing, really and truthfully.
Where?
Oh, Lord.
Show it.
Miss.
Just let me see the film.
Miss.
You don't like the way Okoye been playing?
Hell no.
Voch, he ain't been playing good? Am I wrong?
Van Der Esch has been getting better to me, but Okoye, I would like to hear your story.
I want to hear your story, Okoye.
Okay. Van Der Esch, right? Has he made that play against the Eagles? I gave him that. I gave him that one play. That's all I gave him. Now the reason I get in coverage too, I won't take his coverage away either. But as far as like stopping the run, no, he hasn't been the catalyst that's been stopping the run. Last game it made it easy for him because Gallimore was going in there and really clogging shit up. Van Der Esch was just coming in behind him, which is not his fault. And you're gonna make good plays because somebody else is making good plays, great. But that Eagles game, that play where he made the that sack fumble, I watched that play. I know Brian Baldinger went and watched it too and broke it down, but I watched that play over and over again. I don't know who called the plays. It looked like he was calling the play, but when he made that sack, there was like two people peeling wide open on that play, and that's either him or Jalen putting the play in wrong on that particular play. It's just good that he got there when he got there. I'm not gonna never take that away from him. But overall, outside of that, I haven't seen it hasn't been like he's flashing off the screen to me or anything like that. He's been making the same tackles he's always made to me.
Okay, watch. Let me ask y'all this then. Let me ask y'all
when he's not hurt.
Okay, let me ask everybody this, and let's start with Law before we start dancing. So we have our criticisms of Van Der Esch and Jalen. Let me ask y'all this: would they be better if our D line was better?
Oh yeah, of course.
Sure. Oh yeah. Now they will be better in that sense, but we got to also understand too that will they make better decisions? Because with this two gap scene, will they know how to pick the right lane? Will they know how to pick up the right time to crash or when it's time to go out there in coverage? So I don't know. It's just that maybe the two gap system is something that they're gonna have to go through some growing pains opposed to the one gap.
So watch this. So watch this. Let me ask all y'all fellas this: have y'all watched the game from last week? Because it was a lot less two gap, and I noticed. It was some. It was because every single play Neville Gallimore made, he was either gap exchanging or straight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey, Neville Gallimore ain't punching and reading people. What's going on? And I just go back and look, and Antoine, it's kind of like a mixture, right? Because Antoine making his piles or whatever, but Neville shooting, Randy was shooting, and D-Law was kind of doing D-Law things or whatever.
They finally just let Neville be powerful and just like you said, just come up the field
going forward.
And so that was just play forward. Yeah. But my list, I mean,
like Christian Barmore, they the same way. Like they just get upfield and make a lot of mess on their way.
They make mess.
You know what I mean? And let me ask you this, Okoye, since you're the defensive minister of the defense over there, why did they had the four down guys up front, and then they kicked number 99? Now he didn't shade the one; they just had him line up right at 0. What was that? What do you call that? 4 down, and they just move. Number 99 right over the center or Voch. Why would they do that?
I have no clue. I don't know what that is.
So like it was a 0.
Normally when you play in a 0 tech, you
I didn't watch it.
Right. It just still they had the four hands in the dirt, what have you, and they just moved, they slick, they kicked.
It's almost 5-3 or
a bear front. I mean, a bear front, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I was about to say, just like we're gonna make sure every gap is accounted for. Yeah.
But whatever works. If it worked,
it worked.
Let it work. Yeah, like let's see. But to be fair, and we can get into this too because y'all bash Kellen Moore. I refuse to bash Kellen Moore. So do y'all think Mike Nolan coaching for his job?
Voch, can we go back to my purge list?
My bad.
We gotta finish up. We gotta finish up my
okay.
List.
It's all written down.
I want to hear Koye. I want y'all to get mad at me.
Okay.
So real quick, here's my purge list.
Damn.
I got Tyrone Crawford. I want Jalen Smith out of here.
Okay.
I want Tyron Smith out of here. I want Xavier Woods out of here, and I want Connor Williams out of here. Now, here's my reasoning, real quick. People are gonna say Tyron Smith. What is wrong with you?
No, I'd agree with you.
I don't.
Okay, Okoye, my man. Dang, me and Okoye agree. That's what's up. That's that daddy life, bro.
That's Sean should have been out a long time ago.
Thank you.
We can't be relying on something that's not reliable.
Voch, we're handicapped, bro. He's never, bro. Voch, look at me. Since you read me my rights about Dak, I'm out at dog.
Go ahead.
Brandon Knight, when healthy, I feel like can be serviceable. Is he Tyron Smith? Hell no. But the problem is that if Tyron Smith is going out the first game of the season, like you say, go out and he ain't playing, bro, he's not gonna get healthier in year 30. I mean, as he turns 30.
So Fuzz, Fuzz, this my problem, right? And I agree with you partially, but Tyron Smith normally isn't a out for the year guy, just like Leo Collins, just like Tris or whoever. He's normally not out for the year guy. He's out for 3 games guy, but he's never out. Yeah. But he's never out for year guy. That's some new shit. So if Tyron Smith, listen, but peep though, if Tyron Smith is a top 3 left tackle for 12 games, and he's making $12 million a year. You kind of just got to use what you can. It's kind of like that Sean Lee shit, right? We've been having the same Sean Lee issue. Okay, hey, look, man, Sean Lee hurt, but when that motherfucker playing, we can count on him. I just don't want to be getting rid of people for the sake of getting, because we're not gonna save no money.
Right.
We
don't save any money.
So we might as well hold on. Now listen, Foots. Now if you want a contingency plan, if you want to draft Sewell and put him at left guard, and then when Tyron leaves, you just move Sewell over. I'm fine with that.
That's the kid you just broke down. That kid you just broke down.
Penn State.
Left, I think.
I mean, Oregon. Yeah, Oregon.
Yeah.
He's
a beast.
He's nice.
He can move.
So Voch, what you're saying is you don't buy a new tie, then throw away the spare, basically.
Basically.
Yeah. So I don't think you get rid of Tyron Smith. I just know that the time is setting on him, right? The sun is setting. So you better do like Voch said. I know we don't like it, Cowboy Nation, but do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if it's offensive tackle with the first pick next year or what have you.
Possibly.
Oh no, you know what's crazy is these offensive tackles this year are playing really good. Becton, Andrew Thomas.
Sure.
So that's another position where they can come in day one, Law. If you hit, you got. I mean, Andrew Thomas versus Chase Young, he did a number on Chase. So
but
I think that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Bob.
No. It just goes back to my first point. Me fussing at you. I could find a left tackle. I don't know if I can find a quarterback for us. So that's why we got it. So that's why
that's right.
Just bring it full circle. I don't know if I can. It's just it's easy to find those. You know what I'm saying?
But right now, Voch, it's hard as hell to find a right tackle.
Hey, that's the league though. That's the league though.
Steele, that doggone dude.
Lord, that's the league. Cowboy fans think that offensive linemen grow on trees. They don't.
It's hard.
They do not. Because they did. Everybody have them and nobody got them. You know what I'm saying? Just all odds hurt. So Leo Collins should come back. We never got a chance. Okay, Foots, go ahead, finish your purge list. My bad.
No, that's it. I mean, those are just guys that I just think that it just.
I agree with the Woods. Woods.
And you know what, Okoye, that's another one. That's another one that I got to eat crow on. I thought that Woods at some point would just turn it on after his rookie year. So I'll eat crow on that. But the problem is with a lot of these guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball, Crawford just stinks. He's out of there. But with Jalen and Woods, they just have no instincts. That's what you were talking about with that two-gap situation, Law.
Sure.
You need a linebacker, bro, that plays with instincts. The problem with Jalen is you want to move him to Sam because anywhere in the middle of the field, his instincts are trash. There's guys who I think have less ability, like a Blake Martinez, for example. I don't think he's as good of an athlete.
Bernard.
Yeah, I agree. But Blake Martinez.
Francis Bernard, my bad.
Bro, if you look at the Giants play defense, Blake Martinez is a really good linebacker.
Coach.
And I'm just saying, it's one of them things. It's like Jalen just has no instincts, bro. None. Yeah. And same with Woods. Woods.
Oh my God.
And see, this is why I've been saying when I see Buda Baker make plays, it pisses me off. Because Dallas could have drafted Buda effing Baker. And I stood on the table for Buda Baker, bro.
Come on, Fuzz. They don't listen to us, Fuzz. That's the problem. They don't listen.
Me and you stood on the table for Buda, and they said he was too small. And that's what I hate about the game of football is like,
because we got one that plays too small right now. It's bigger. That's Woods.
Woods big as hell. Woods big as hell playing small.
Hey, Will's like, you gonna tell me to come down and field? Oh hell no! That brother won't field to save his life.
You know who do crunch though? Who's that? Donovan Wilson will hit you.
I like Donovan. Donovan's solid.
So let's get into it. I
think him and Diggs are two of the best secondary players right now to me.
So
how bad is Reggie Robinson? Because I've been sitting there like, man, he must be so trash.
I got to question this whole coaching staff. You want to come at Nolan or come at, I don't know if it's Jerry, Nolan, or McCarthy, whose problem it is, but if Neville Gallimore can come in and play and make Poe look that horrible.
I miss Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett would have never did this shit. Jason Garrett would have never put Terrence Steele out there for goddamn. Look, because look, they build it. They trying to build Terrence Steele like Leo Collins not coming back. Like, hey man, this a future right tackle. He gotta take his lumps. That motherfucker may not be here next year, man. But they just running them out there, just getting people hurt. We believe in continuity. They're like, hey man, Why you not playing Connor McGovern? Well, Connor's a young developing player that needs time, like Terrence Steele, huh, motherfucker? Okay, cool. So I don't know what.
If somebody gonna play bad, let's just see what they can do, right?
Against the best front this year, Connor McGovern came in and gave up 0 pressure, 0 sacks. I was sitting there like, wow. You look at that. You look at the Washington play.
The thing is, Law, he's strong. Like my problem with Connor Williams is he's just not. I've told Voch he doesn't move people. Voch gonna cut up a million cut ups that he gonna have some great film of Connor Williams.
I sure will.
Let
me
had that motherfucker and tell me that Connor Williams is strong.
See, Foots, this is my problem, Foots. This is my and I just want everybody to I feel like I just keep explaining. Y'all don't listen to me like y'all say y'all do. Listen, I'm not. So Connor Williams is not indestructible. I will move on from Connor Williams if I can find a better guard. I implore you, gentlemen, to find me a better guard.
Connor McGovern, bro, let him develop.
Connor Williams got the best feet on his team as it relates to the front five. He got the best feet. Now, they say that he got short arms, those Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, but give me those short arms on that right tackle side.
On the edge.
Let me just see it one time. Let me just see him get destroyed one time at least,
Connor McGovern.
I just don't want him inside. You saw that last game, Voch, when he just at the end when the boy just blew him up. I was like, oh, no.
But see, Law, this is my problem with y'all,
man.
That
won't happen to him, right tackle, though, Voch. This won't happen to him.
He got short arms, though, but he got quick feet. That boy,
Law.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get around him.
This is my problem with y'all's offensive line mentality. We didn't hear nothing from Connor Williams for 45 minutes. One play in the fourth. One play in the fourth. All of a sudden, Connor Williams can't play no more. Y'all make me sick.
I know, man. I literally. We was doing the play-by-play. We were doing the play-by-play, and me and Big A said, "Man, Connor Williams is doing his job. We're giving him praise, giving him flowers, and getting ice cream, and then the suit."
Hey, Law, y'all do a great job by that. By the way, I'll be checking y'all out.
I agree. Look, Koye, this what they do. Terrence Steele name get called all day. Connor Williams' name get called once. But they talk about the both of them with the same disdain in their voice.
With the same breath.
Y'all need to differentiate that a little better.
Kind of problem is like he's like, you ever seen somebody like a singles hitter? That's Terrence Steele. He give up little plays here and there. You set you back 5 yards, but you can survive it because you're still in the game. Connor give up home runs.
Try to get that big bitch.
You're like, God damn, Connor, like not now. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's what his problem is. Not a lot. It just happened at the worst times it can happen. When we need a drive, he's the one they go at, and he loses on those drives.
And I'm gonna be honest with y'all too, though. This makes me now we back talking about that front office, and again, that will peel on you. We watched Terrence Steele play awful at the Senior Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Awful.
Right.
Bradley and I destroyed him.
Right.
It was bad.
Right.
Voch, you covered it. We was
3 seconds.
So what makes you think that Brandon Graham won't do that to Terrence Steele?
Sure. But I don't think that's the Joneses though. I think it's Mike Philbin. Joe Philbin? Joe Philbin.
Oh man,
I think Joe Philbin can go right now. Push him off the bridge
you was my worst nightmare when you did that film breakdown of Terrence Steele of the Senior Bowl. And from that, I could never remove it out of my mind. So all I can do is hear your voice on how he was getting his ass whooped. And then when they said that he made the team, I was like, okay, he made the team. Then they say he would be starting week 1. Then he'd be starting week 2, week 3. I was like, Lord, I can't get Voch out of my mind because this dude named Terrence Steele. Come on, man. I just knew that this season, man, with that guy on that side, all I can think about, man, is like, man, can we just have Doug Free back at least,
I think
God, dog.
something's about to happen real soon. We're going to have all the answers we need. First of all, Terrence Steele got naked pictures of somebody. But listen, this was going to happen. First of all, Cam Irvin playing well. So leave him over there at left tackle. Right. But this was about to happen. Brandon Knight about to get healthy.
I love Brandon Knight.
So listen, we about to learn. We about to learn a valuable lesson. If Brandon Knight ain't the starting right tackle when he get healthy, we know everything we need to know about this coaching staff and how they evaluate players. And I'm gonna go off. I'm making a whole because Jason Garrett never would have done no shit like that. I'm making a whole video going off on Mike McCarthy, his coach staff's family.
I mean, I had to give it to him. Jason Garrett was holding this, whatever you call it now.
Jason,
he was holding it together.
Jason
He's making it look better than this, even without certain players, without key players, without Zeke look good. And now I think without Dak, he would figure out a way to make this team look better than it looks today. I will give you that. But I don't know if that's because they're new or not. Like it might be because they're not gelling rather than aptitude. You know what I mean? So it's too early to tell. But the problem is you got to go another year with this shit to find out. And do you want to? You don't even know.
So with that said, Mike McCarthy has absolutely made me sick. Like I'm chilling. I don't want to fire him or nothing. I don't want to fire him or nothing like that because I've been patient with head coaches or whatever. But he is making me. But he is making me sick though. I would like to ask y'all gentlemen. We're gonna let Okoye go last. And Foots just muted himself. So Law, what's your thoughts about Mike McCarthy so far, man?
Here. I'm back.
I don't like his talking mechanics or what have you. But outside of that, man, I think that we got to give him a mulligan. You know, hopefully next year when he be able to really put his footprints on this team, then we'll really see who's Mike McCarthy. Because sometimes he is aggressive, sometimes he's not. So that's what I don't like. Either you're going to be aggressive or not, right? Either you're going to fall on the sword or not. And one thing that I can say to you, Foots, where you make and say, okay, all right, is this right here. Every year under Mike McCarthy's administrations over there in Green Bay land, they either draft a quarterback and they draft cornerback. So just be sure that they will draft either a quarterback in 2021 and they will draft a cornerback.
Foots?
I'll be honest. I feel like Mike got the short end of the stick because of COVID. Anybody with a new staff, new guys coming in, there's no way the game of football you think that Zoom, whatever they install, is gonna work. That ain't gonna work, bro.
Sure.
And so him really putting his imprint on the team, I don't think he was able to. So that shouldn't even be a conversation unless you have a guy in mind. But it shouldn't be a conversation for me. And to Law's point, let him get some of his guys in here and let's see what happens. So that's me.
Well, if Mike McCarthy can call defense, I'd love to have him. Brother Coy, what you got on Mike McCarthy, sir?
I still feel the same way I felt about him in the beginning of the year. I still feel like Mike McCarthy is a pretty good coach. I think he can take this team to the next level. I really do. I agree with a lot of the things you said, which is you always going to have an asterisk on the season no matter what team you are, right? And if you have a team that's totally been rebuilt as far as the coaching staff is concerned, I mean, the coaches are designed, their job is to coach these players. And if they don't have any time with the players, how can they do that? Especially via Zoom or following social distancing guidelines with no preseason. Like a lot of these players, like Ben DiNucci, you find out Ben DiNucci is Ben Dookie DiNucci in preseason, but you only seen him in practice. You don't know what he is until you put him in a live game and when it counts. So that's not a normal year, but to say least for anybody. So I can't hold those things against them. And players literally now, one thing I can hold against them that I can is Mike Nolan. You asked for Mike Nolan and you got Mike Nolan. And if Mike Nolan turns out to be what he's looking like so far this year, then I could put that on Mike McCarthy, but that'll be about it. You couldn't plan anything else, but you did plan to have Mike Nolan here. But to Mike Nolan's credit, he ain't calling, hey, none of the safeties play deep this play. And hey, Woods, you totally watch guys that aren't your responsibility and get run over while you're at it. Run the opposite direction. That's how we take angles here. He ain't coaching that, but that's what you're seeing on film. Poe come into camp 30 pounds overweight and not be able to move around. Hey, Jerry McCoy, fall like a mannequin when you get touched by Tristan Hill. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Jerry McCoy. I'm not trying to bust on his injury. I'm just saying he didn't ask for none of that. That's what's happening this year though. He didn't ask for none of that. Hey, LVE, hurt your neck. I mean, your collarbone. You know what I'm saying? Be going for another however many games he was going. But I can't hold those things against him. And I don't know who's putting these defensive rotations together, though. I don't like whatever we're seeing with that. I really don't like the fact that Joe Thomas, I'm going to say shout out again to Joe Thomas. I don't like the fact that he don't see the field no more. So I'm kind of annoyed by that because I don't care which one of them you put on the bench, whether it's Sean Lee, Smith, or LVE, but Joe Thomas shouldn't be one of them. That's just how I feel.
So, and just pardon me, fellas, this might be a little lengthy, but the one bail I can give Mike McCarthy is that his whole team is hurt, damn near. I can just cut you some slack on that. If I can cut Mike Nolan slack, it ain't like we got superstar players on defense for him to work with. Like if I'm the defense coordinator for the Rams or something, I at least know I got Aaron Donald and Jalen Rams when I roll out the bed in the morning. I can figure it out. All right, cool. This is my issue with Mike McCarthy. Jason Garrett never did no shit like this, right? Jason just had a feel for who his guys were and when it was time to run them out there. We may not have liked it, but when Cowboy fans was crying to start Darian Thompson over Jeff Heath, he was like, nah, we're going to keep running Jeff Heath. Jeff Heath get hurt, Darian Thompson come out there, we realize how good Jeff Heath. You know what I mean? Like, Jason was on top of that. So my problem with Mike is it takes Terrence Steele to get somebody killed for you to realize that, oh, well, Brandon Knight can play. It takes Darian Thompson giving up the worst touchdown I've ever seen for you to get Donovan involved. It takes Joe Looney to get suplexed for you to get Tyler involved. And Joe had to get hurt. Joe had to get what's the name? Terrence Steele? Terrence Steele had to get food poisoning. DEFCON level 5 dehydration for you to move Zach Martin to right tackle.
The Joe Thomas, huh?
To right, you know what I'm saying? Like all these moves that are clear to Voch, and Voch ain't shit. Voch ain't no expert.
Even Gallimore, to your point.
Neville Gallimore.
Why would you hide that? I thought maybe he was trash or something. But I'm like, why would you hide that? That is right.
But when they threw,
by far, he's been playing the best D tackle in that one game, the best that I've seen this year. Tristan did a good job too. So him and Tristan Hill would have been nightmares out there.
Tristan's nice.
They threw Savion Smith out there, and we still haven't seen Reggie Robinson. And the first time Savion got out there, we was like, man, look at that guy catch the ball on the opposing team. But go ahead.
Listen, man, Randy Gregory came back. Randy Gregory got reinstated. He was able to play, and that motherfucker played 6 snaps. I'm like, that's it? We ain't gonna we're gonna ease Randy in there. No, Randy Gregory been practicing since week 4. He good. He just can't play till week 6. Randy good. He's like, nah, we just gonna play Randy 6 plays. We gonna see what happens. Hey, somebody, you see that clipboard over there? Go ahead and grab that clipboard and bring it to me. Randy Gregory gonna play 6 snaps. And then he go out the next week and smoke shit when he play 30. And then he get 40 snaps the next week and he's smoking shit in Pittsburgh. Mike McCarthy gotta wait till shit get drastic to make the right decision. I hate that. I can't stand.
That's actually true, though.
And all of these are decisions that Law Nation is pointing out, that Foots is pointing out, that Okoye and Voch is pointing out. You, Mike McCarthy, you getting paid millions of dollars to do this. And some YouTube people got a better grasp on your roster than you do? Jason Garrett would never. That's my big problem with Mike McCarthy. So, I mean, look, so ain't no telling what he'll do when his team is healthy or whatever, but I hope when Lael Collins come back, that motherfucker say some dumb shit like, hey, man, Terrence Steele and Lael Collins got a battle to get that right tackle spot.
But
I'm leaving.
I'm gonna tell you though,
I'm leaving.
It makes you wonder how much control does Mike really have. And that's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been talking about with this front office. Because again, some of the guys we've heard in the past, Voch, they've had guys. Let's talk about the draft. They've had guys pegged higher, and they went other ways because of other reasons. Steven thinks he knows football, bro. I think Steven knows a little bit. Steven's never coached, though. Never been in those rooms, drawing up those plays, really developing, really knowing scouting terms. Like, to me, if you never coached, it's hard for you to be a scout. If you never played, it's hard for you to be a scout. And the reason is because you don't know how to really have an eye for talent. You see what I'm saying to you? but I think Steven thinks he does.
We gotta stop blaming the Joneses. Listen, so the Joneses ain't drafting by themselves. Look, to be fair, Will McClay. Okay, this is what happens. Will McClay and them make that board. They make the board.
Will makes the board, but Steven can veto the board, bro.
But he don't though. But he don't.
You know why we argue? We argue about the draft because the way Will McClay can draft in late rounds. I give him that. But it seems like what we do, we're like the person that shops at antique shops and finds treasures. You find good shit sometimes shopping at secondhand furniture goods stores, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't go to buy nothing new. We don't want the new shiny thing ever, except for probably CD Lamb this year. This was a new year. Like we went ham this year. I got a problem with our draft this year. But I'm tired of us going to try to find guys that are hurt and just hoping that they might be right or might have legal trouble, hoping they might be right.
Fine.
Stop getting the secondhand shit and just go get it. Like we ran into that problem with Irving, with we talk about Randy Gregory now. It wound up working out for us because we still got a young guy, fresh legs, with a cheap contract out of it. But I don't want that no more. I don't want nobody that's injured that we got a question mark on. I just want a solid player, like Reggie Robinson, right? Go get him high. I don't want to have a question mark on the player. Just get me a player that's at 4 that can play right now. Go give me one.
That's their problem is that I believe that they don't move on from players quick enough. They just kind of hold on to them. They do hold on to it till they're too long, and then when it's time for them to go, then they either go or walk or they lean on the compensatory move. Whereas if they can just try to move a year early, then I think that the Jones would be doing a hell of a job. Just if they can just find a way to move a year early.
Well, see, I don't have an issue with that though.
A year early,
but true.
So I don't have an issue with that though. I'm not just super pro Jones out here because I don't think they can evaluate coaches very well. But I don't think they got a big stick in the draft room like that. I think Will and them make the board and they just to make themselves feel better. Jerry Jones, just the last one to say, all right, cool, draft CeeDee Lamb. Nah, motherfucker, like the board say draft CeeDee Lamb. Will say draft. All the coaches say draft CeeDee Lamb. So Jerry say, all right, fine, we're draft. If that's what it got to be, if that's the case, then cool. But let me just hit you with some real shit. Billionaires don't watch a 1,000 hours of film. You know what I mean? They busy being billionaires doing billionaire shit on yachts and shit.
Walker Blue, baby.
Jerry not watching no damn film. So I just think that's irresponsible. But if we want to get into who's got control and shit like that, and the handful of bad contracts that we have, and I think they terrible at evaluating coaches. If we want to get into that, I'll give you that. The Joneses are bad at that. But to Fuss's point, I'm gonna let y'all get into this. Over who has control. I think the only thing that the Joneses control was Kellen. Everybody else is Mike friends, and I think that's the problem.
True. That is the issue there. And I remember I listened to your post game show, and somebody called in, and you gave them all of the heat action because they were saying, "See, Jerry Jones be listening to his son, and his son made the pick CeeDee Lamb." You remember that call? Yeah, a dude called into your show, and he was serious too. And I was sitting there like, "No way." So you got people that be on the far left end too, man. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The CD pick, you had that was the right pick. I mean, you had people who will come back now and say this, that, and the third, but
it felt good in hindsight. I said it before too.
Yeah, I mean,
it was like a hypothetical though. But I get why people think that though. But like you taught me this last year with Connor, and might have been a year before that, but it was like you said reverse the picks, and does it make sense? Then I'm like, yeah.
Connor and Gallup and them. Yeah.
So with this one it was Diggs and Lamb.
Yeah, Diggs and Lamb. That was
you're happy with both of those. You can't argue with that. Yeah. You can't argue with that. You gotta take that.
Diggs has been like
now. But now what they got to do from the Cowboys' perspective, from us. We got to add something to it, like to complement Diggs. We just can't have Diggs and Woods out there for the future, right. Or Diggs. I like Wilson. This is our first year literally seeing Wilson. So maybe, just maybe, Wilson can step it up even more next year. Yeah, but Wilson still, we would want something more than even Wilson. We want somebody to maybe have some competition, maybe bring in a veteran, but they're gonna have to have somebody to complement Diggs. I don't want Diggs out there by himself again.
You got it.
That's
You
a
got
problem
it.
I do have. Like you got guys like Eric Reed out there. And, I know Eric Berry's hurt, but you got Reed out there that can ball at safety, and we just keep sticking. I think we like Woods for something. I don't know what they like him for, but Woods is not it, man.
You got to get a guy. To me, you got to get a Southeast Conference safety. You got to get a guy who can run, who's played big time football. If you want somebody who you could plug in right away, I did something on a kid from Georgia, and I put out you need somebody, because the problem is Dallas has to stay up with the times, and right now the times are teams are winning in the middle of the field with tight ends that can run, and so you got to have somebody who can eliminate those guys, and you can't try to run out a linebacker. I don't care how good a linebacker is in coverage. You got to have somebody who can erase him. You get what I'm saying, and not have to switch your whole defense up to a cover, whatever. So what I'm saying is, you get you a guy who has played big time football, who has instincts, who just finds the ball. I stood on the table for the LSU safety. Now I know he got hurt last year. I stood on the table for Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, one
of these three. You can't keep trying to get safeties or DBs in the 4th round and think that they can come in. You know what I'm saying, Okoye? Like, I'm not mad if you go.
You can build around.
You can build
one guy with that, but you don't go get everybody like that. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be mad. So all right, we all the quarterback thing. Voch, you got me. Here's the thing though. I wouldn't be mad if you go, and I know we got to transition to draft talk, because
let's do it. First, let me set this up, and I'm gonna let y'all rock. I said this while you was trying to figure out what's going on with your phone. Just a handful of trade downs that have happened in recent history, right? To go get Jared Goff, 1st round pick, 2 seconds, 3rd round pick, next year's 1st and next year's 3rd. Going up to get Carson Wentz, 8th overall, so that's a 1st round pick. 3rd round, 4th round, next year's 1st, 2nd after that. Gang of other things have been going on, right? So first, if we rack up on these picks, and I'm asking everybody this, right? If we rack up on these picks, I'm not gonna say players because it's early in the process, but what positions do we draft, and do we push somebody off a bridge drafting them? Let me
linebacker, DB.
I agree.
Linebacker, DB.
Linebacker, right there, Law. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if you want to trade, you will be able to trade this draft, because I told you, Voch and Okoye. I don't know if y'all have started, Law. I don't know. 5 quarterbacks in the first 10. Guarantee. This might be the first year that 5 quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guarantee. Because now what's happening is with the Kyler Murrays. Think about it. Arizona went right back to the well. Josh Rosen can't play, kicked him off a bridge. Went right back to the well. Teams are saying that young quarterbacks can come in and play early. So if you love Dak, I love Dak. We all love Dak. That's fine. Guess what, Voch?
What's that?
5 quarterbacks. Zach Wilson.
Sure. People
are going to come in and fall in love with this kid from BYU. Watch what I tell you as the process goes on. I think that as you play more college football, Mac Jones is going to fly up draft boards. How do you feel about him, Voch? I feel like the Alabama quarterback, people are going to say his weapons, bruh. Somebody out there is going to say, I could turn him into a quarterback with my team. And so I feel like you'll be able to get out of there once you find a trade partner.
I think Mac is one of those guys that'll probably get drafted later. I don't know for sure.
Bro, he's going in the 1st round. Watch what I tell you. Watch.
But we've seen quarterbacks drop. We've seen quarterbacks drop though.
Yeah.
But we've seen quarterbacks we've seen a Dwayne Haskins get pushed up. We've seen quarterbacks who it's kind of like, can they really play? And they end up getting drafted higher. And it's kind of like, dog, if JP Losman went in the 1st round, anything goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's guys Blake Bortles, seriously.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That dude couldn't play a lick. And he went in the 1st round because of
when did Deshaun drop? How far did Deshaun drop? Because he was 10, 11, 12.
Deshaun dropped. The crazy one was actually
something like that.
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes dropped.
Yeah, he didn't go first in his draft. Yeah. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like that quarterback was just
or Lamar Jackson. You know, Lamar Jackson, he dropped all the way to the 29th or something.
32nd. Yeah,
we picked LVE over him, right?
Yeah, like 24.
Watch his change. You know,
he might have went 29.
But in all seriousness, my positions would be, and I'll shut up, guys. I just get excited about the draft.
No, you good.
It would be linebacker. I can seriously, I would not be mad at the Cowboys drafting a linebacker in the first round. I was telling Bosh this the other day. Yep. Who just said that?
Micah Parsons.
Moses or Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons way better than Dylan Moses.
Yeah.
To me, it's not even close. I'm taking a Penn State linebacker over an Alabama linebacker any day. I would go linebacker, DB. And if I got 2 ones, I'm going back to DB Will.
Yeah.
That'll be me.
Yeah. Yep. Moses one of them hurt kids y'all don't want. So let me ask y'all this, just my second part of that question, right? If we draft linebacker, like we can't get out of Jalen contract for another 2 years. So like, how we navigate that? Like, what do we do? Because I'm with you. Like, if we're in a situation where, and then let me just say this too, Jalen is better than some second round linebacker you can find. But if you can get the right linebacker, put him in. I think Parsons could be the right linebacker at some point. So I think year one, regardless, Jalen gonna have to play. But drafting Micah Parsons, right? If you do go linebacker, what do you do with Jalen? Like, do you try to make it work by just drafting D lineman?
Do you think though that Jalen, you know, in a full off season, that they will come up with a position where Jalen can play outside or Sam? Like if so, then I wouldn't mind having Jalen and Parsons on the field at the same time. That'd be great. Have Jalen, you know, play a more limited position though, and give Parsons the middle of the field if you went that way. You know what I mean? Like, I think Jalen can play out there, and it wouldn't be a liability if you have him outside. That's what I think. But maybe something that I'm not seeing. That's why I said, do you think that he just can't hold up out there? Like, why wouldn't that be a talk track?
I don't know, man. I think a position of need, or the position that lasts longer in the NFL are those cornerbacks, and I think that they probably lean still towards finding ways to get rid of like the Wooziers, the Woods, the Jalen's. What's the guy name? Your dog, J. Lou. So we got so many of those contracts expiring, opposed to this linebacker, because you only have 2 linebackers out there multiple times. We don't really line up with the 3. So they may look at it and say, well, if we can pick up a Patrick Surtain now in the first, or somehow wave fall, we get that guy. And then you go back in the second round. If Jabril, what's it do, Cox over there at LSU, well, you think he'll fall to the second, or y'all think he'll get out of there before that time, Frank?
Depending on where so the good thing is, Law, we're going to be picking high in each round. So he could play. Give me Southeastern Conference players. That's what translates to the league.
How you like the kid Hamza Nasirildeen, that's safety out of Florida State? How you like him?
I like him. He can play. I don't like him in the first. But I think he's not bad. Yeah. What you shaking your head about? What?
Boy, y'all just love DBs so much, man. Let me tell y'all something.
No, this dude be banging. Come on, man.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. Florida State got a big ass one tech named Marvin Wilson. Give me that dude. Give me that big ass boy that ain't nobody been able to move in damn 4 years.
Well, hold on, Voch.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I know.
Yes,
we talking about this front office. They ain't drafting no front. They ain't drafting no one.
Y'all been talking about safety.
They probably gunshot now.
Y'all been talking about safety for 10 minutes. Listen, y'all been talking about safety for 10 minutes. I can't talk about a one tech.
You can't.
What's his size? If he's north of 320, they're gonna be gunshot.
You already know.
He is 319. He's
Jeremiah Owusu too. He like a tweener. I don't think he's gonna be a line. He's not gonna be a linebacker. He's gonna be a safety. So he like 6'1", 215. He's gonna be a safety.
It's off my screen. I just did somebody. That's my guy.
Y'all,
and he played huge against Clemson.
Y'all annoying.
Yeah, I like him.
Y'all annoying how much y'all love defense, man. Y'all annoying.
Defense, defense,
But I like
defense,
that
baby.
kid that you showed me though. That kid from Oregon, man. I actually enjoyed watching him block. I don't think I enjoyed that since Leo Collins knocked the shit out of Cam Chancellor, I think. But that youngin you broke down. I like him.
So
Y'all put defense in the chat box, man. Take over Voch Lombardi chat box. Put defense, defense.
oh my God, I can't believe this. I cannot believe it. So Foots, let me ask you this, starting with you. If we draft safety, what happens with Donovan Wilson? Because in my mind, since Donovan can play both, and I don't think Xavier Woods is going to be here anymore. If I can find a pure free safety, then I really like Donovan as strong. Which I
want LeCounte from Georgia. He's been my pet cat. I know a lot of people like the Syracuse safety, but like I said, I'm gonna always lean towards SEC talent. That's just me. Those guys that come from that Georgia, that is just. We got to also think too. Now we got to start thinking mindset. And you remember when now you talking about Mike McCarthy, but he did draft my kid Jair Alexander, who I said would be a dog, and he's a certified dog. So now, Voch, we got to start getting some dogs on this field, on this team. And LeCounte, man, he's special. I think that he's special now. He against Alabama, his film could have been better, but I think you get him in the right system. You let him do some things, man, and I think that really and truthfully, because of the safety position, I think early in the second he'll be there. So if you love Parsons, if you love,
Ford, so you don't like Ford?
I like Ford, but here's my thing.
You got physicality. We talking about we want somebody to come down inside, right?
Yeah.
Hit laser, but you don't like Pittsburgh though. Huh?
Well, no, not only that, but see, here's the thing, Law. You got to be able to open up those hips and turn and run.
He's a little overrated. Paris Ford is a little overrated.
Well, I want somebody who can cover.
Cisco is too.
LeCounte can cover. I'm gonna tell you that now. He can cover. He doesn't look lost out there.
What's gonna happen is just looking at like draft trends or whatever. I don't think safety's gonna go first round because just as of late, safeties just don't be going first round like that.
That's
rare.
Derwin James last one.
As rare.
After the third round, they better stop looking, y'all, as far as safeties, right?
You need to get a quality guy, bro. You passed on too many good players, bro. You passed on a kid that's playing in Kansas City right now. What's my guy from Virginia?
Thornhill.
You passed on Thornhill. Man, he can play, bro.
It's just so interesting hearing y'all, right? Like y'all don't have no concerns about D-line at all.
Well,
you mentioned that kid.
I like the kid, Christian Barmore. I like him.
Yeah. Barmore from Alabama. From Bama, yeah.
I like the other kid too, number 48, Phaedrian, whatever his name is, the one that plays there too. He's more of like a run stuffer. If it were me, I would go for Phaedrian over Barmore just for the fact that Phaedrian is a run stuffer, and we need a run stopper more than we need an upfield guy. And I think we get what we get with Christian from Gallimore already.
Yeah.
And Hill already too.
Because that's something else that we gotta like think about too. Like is the new scheme.
I think so. I was wrong about Tristan too.
I didn't hear the end of your question.
Oh, my bad. I cut you off. My bad.
Like the new scheme is what I'm saying.
I know
like the new scheme. So we got guys that play old scheme that we're trying to convert in the new scheme. Like I think we're gonna have to draft people that just play directly like what we do in our new like Marvin is one of them 320-pound punch you two gapping people. Like that's what he is. You know what I'm saying? And we got guys that are slashers that are serviceable at two gap. And I think we gotta address the D line at some point. I think Randy helps us out. But, Randy making like $38 a year. You know what I'm saying? So Randy's helping us. D-Law's here. But I think like the inside guys or whatever, I think we really need to address that.
I see a lot of people talking about that big boy from Georgia, Jordan Davis, at 340-pound kid.
Damn,
two gap. That I don't think they do that, Cowboy Nation.
He just fat. He just fat.
They ain't gonna do that no more.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
Well, I mean, so
go ahead, Foots.
And I just say, to all of you guys' point, what we want will be there at the top of the second if we want to pair. So if you wanted to go D-line, you love a guy that much high, you could pair him with another, I think, a good DB because, again, you're going to have now, let's talk about receiver. Jamar Chase, Rhonda Bateman. You're going to have at least 5 receivers in the first round. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's so many. There's some good receivers coming out. You're going to have the kid from Alabama.
Both of those boys.
Both of them.
Yeah. Both of them coming out. Mm-hmm. And so we're not drafting a receiver this year. So, you know, you can
who knows
we better not
they better not move on from my boy Amari Cooper. They better not do it.
CeeDee Lamb Jr. better not do it. You better not do it.
Yeah,
but who knows? Go ahead.
Well, if it's up to me, man, I need a corner to go along with Diggs. I don't know when we get it. We seem to be pretty solid at drafting corner, so I'm cool with that. I'm not as urgent with safety as y'all are, but if I can give me a corner that go along with Diggs and some D-line help, then that'll make my safety better in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
You like Surtain?
Look. But before he goes on to that part, though,
go ahead.
I'm gonna say this: as much as I bang on the desk for a safety, I'm still team cornerback first. If we can find a cornerback in the draft, and then I'm with like, hey, spend some cash. Justin Simmons over there for my dog Scott Walker. He was saying, hey, just spend a little money, go get Justin Simmons if he's on the street. You put him at safety, pair him up with Wilson. You maybe have a Patrick Surtain or a Caleb or what is Sean Wade or what have you. Maybe, just maybe, we can work with that. How about that? Let me know y'all thoughts on that.
Thing about Surtain.
No. You always go corner first, without question.
Right.
Yeah, without question.
Corner's more important. My problem with Surtain is that people are gonna want to draft him high. I don't think he's the guy to draft high. He ain't like Jalen Ramsey or something where you could just go get him top 10 or something. I think he's a dude that's really good with a particular type of receiver. I think he'll be really good in the nickel. I don't just want him outside just covering anybody. I think
then that's a problem because then we need to stay away from him because I'm gonna tell you right now, Deion Sanders said it best. If you a nickel corner, then you ain't a first round corner. You a first round corner. I need to be able to say, hey, you got to go check this dude all game. Yeah. If you're using the top 3 pick, then you're right. So we need to stay away from him.
Yeah,
I watched Surtain.
I just broke him down too. I'm
okay. If you feel that way, Voch, and I know you watched the tape, you ain't drafting no safety 1 to play the nickel.
Right.
You drafting a safety 1 to be on an island.
But see, look though, but Foots, that's the weird part about it though. Like with Surtain, I think if you put Surtain at nickel, he'll kind of be like what Minkah Fitzpatrick is. You know what I'm saying? So you may not draft.
So is he a safety?
You know how that
Alabama does that.
You know how like
you
know how like nickel guys be safety sometimes. He's a corner, but where I'm projecting him, he's a handsy guy. He don't want to tackle nobody, so that gets kind of weird with safety. But just a dude that can just cover people, 2-way goals, physical, hands, things like that. I just project him being somebody that covers people inside and outside.
And he got the size, too. He's 6'1.5", 203, 205. So, yeah, he got the size.
Well, you talking about size. I like my guy, Caleb Farley. The problem with him is I don't like the quickness.
Yeah.
So I don't. So he reminds me of Marlon Humphreys.
Sure.
And Marlon Humphreys has to get his hands on you.
Marlon is another dude. Okay, so look, when I say situational, right? Marlon got drafted like in the 20s or something, Foots, something like that. So you wouldn't draft a guy top 5 like that. But once he gets to the league, okay, you playing the Cowboys, you cover Gallup. You don't go cover Cooper because then you're in trouble. If we playing the Bucks, then you go cover Mike Evans. Don't go cover Chris Godwin because he'll leave you. You know what I'm saying? So he's a situational guy. But I'm not drafting.
I like Marlon Humphreys. He's a good player. Yeah.
That's how I feel about Surtain. I think he's good against bigger guys.
Situation.
But the reason why I think that what you're saying for is why you like Caleb is because of his his physical size. And he does play close on the line. He is that press type of corner that can do those things.
Sure.
And I think that what helped him out was what he used to be a quarterback in high school. So he kind of plays with that leverage. So I think that you can probably see him in this particular defense matched up with Diggs on the opposite side. So that would be good, especially what we need, because we know that Woozier, he kind of shies away from that, that press up close on the line type of stuff. So we'll see what they're gonna do in this offseason. Hold on, before you go there, do you think they extend Woozier, or do they let him walk?
I think he walk, man.
I think you let him walk too.
Yeah.
But knowing this regime, they're gonna extend him. It'll be interesting.
I would like to have him back.
I would too. Likewise, but
I would like so. I think Awuzie could play when he wants to.
So why? So what happened to Jordan Lewis? I was gonna ask y'all, why is he bad this year? What's going on with him?
I don't know what happened, bro. That's
when he get beat, he just want to hold. He's like, I want to hold on to you. I don't see what kind of cologne
you got Twilight on for me, because he showed a lot of promise until this year. And maybe it's just the way this year went. It's not a good year for everybody, man. But he just the way the cookie crumbling this year, like you said, we are shooting dice in the bathroom.
Yeah.
The way it's rolling this year, it's just not rolling his way, man. Because he just stay in the middle of some mess, man.
Yeah. And Miss Scouting Pro, Miss Scouting Pro will say it. He was one of the guys that was crying when Jason Garrett got fired. So.
Miss Scouting Pro is bad news, man. You don't want to talk to Miss Scouting Pro. Hey, man, okay, so listen, let's revisit these rookies, then we're gonna wrap the show up, man. It's getting kind of late. It's later for y'all than it is these Central Time fellas.
I'm loving it though. I can't hold you. I'm talking ball with my guys, man. This is all right.
Well, I'm glad you got on the laptop. You can do this every time now. Shit. You can get on the laptop every time. So like I said, I wanted to revisit the rookies, man. Just y'all could just kind of pick a rookie and just kind of, talk at him, man, because Neville done stepped up in a big way, or at least last game he did. So we're gonna see what he do this week. It seems like CD's gotten, when you lose 4, you lose 4. That is what that is. But CD's a good go. Diggs out for the season, so that's gonna help you tanking wise, but.
He's played very well,
but Diggs is going to be nice next year. So if y'all just talk about the rookies and how they project next year, y'all just hit me with some of that. And Terrence still don't count because he ain't going to be back. At least he shouldn't be back next year. Law Nation, go ahead, sir.
Oh my goodness, man! If anybody missed Dak Prescott more than us, is CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. He was on a historic rise, man. You can just go to my that fantasy thing that I was playing, Voch. Man, I was undefeated, man, with those boys, man, when Dak Prescott was there. So I think that next year he's gonna elevate even higher than what he's doing now. Right. What's this guy on the defensive side, Diggs? We already know what he's gonna do, and who else just been a shining light to us? Gilmore for this last week. And then, of course, there's some other plays that he flashed, but he just to get home. So I think that those 3 that I just mentioned going to rise up to the highest levels next year. Yeah. There's one other rookie that I got at the tip of my tongue.
Biadish.
Yes, Biadish. Yeah, the guy that we traded up with the Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles for that, because I think that he's going to be a staple piece for the next 10 years.
Sure. Foots.
Law hit it on the head, man. I told people Biadish, man.
You did.
I said, remember I came on the show, I said he's gonna be a starter day. I just think he's better than Joe Looney. I think he's stronger. The NFL game wasn't too much for him, so Dallas definitely hit on that. I want to see Bradley and I. Yeah. I don't know if they're waiting.
I was about to say that.
I just want to see him, Okoye, because I think that if you don't know what you're gonna do with Alden Smith, I think Alden Smith will get another contract, whether it's with Dallas or with somebody, like a 3-year.
They want him to finish his career as a Cowboy. He ain't going nowhere.
Man, I like Alden Smith, man. He's done some really nice things. So I still want to see Bradley and I, whether it's situational. I just want to see him. But y'all hit it on the head, man. All these rookies have been great, man. Like, and even Neville is nothing like confidence. You know what I'm saying? And so now with, Voch's boy, Voch was right about Tristan Hill. He did some nice things when he was in there.
You damn sure was on that one, though.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
You was hung in there for him, though.
I did not like him.
Ain't nobody like Tristan Hill, man. Keep it a buck with me, man.
I keep it a beam, as the young kids say, man. Shout out to you, man. I was mad at Tristan, man. I even told his trainer, I said I was mad at him. But he did turn the corner.
He turned around, man. And and he dug in, man. And so him and Neville, that's gonna be. And if you add another piece to that, like I'm gonna tell y'all whose defensive front sneakily got good once they get a defensive end. The Giants' defensive front is like sneaky good.
Sure.
Like people talk about the Skins and all those first round pieces they got. Watch the Giants D-line play. So anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Lawrence and Dalvin and Leonard, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. They bump. So anyway,
shout out to the Lawrence over there. Go ahead.
Nah, man. I think that this was a decent rookie class. Now I just hope that they can continue to go up. Like so Joe did some good research on Trayvon's foot. He's had feet issues at Alabama, so that's something to keep in mind and watch. I know, bro. I just hope that's not the case, Okoye, because he can play.
Right.
I just don't want it to keep reoccurring. But nah,
it won't.
Doing great.
Let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, it won't. Right.
Right. Let's leave it like that.
Okoye, Bradley, and I. You said you was about to say.
Oh yeah, Bradley and I think he didn't see the field for good reasons. Alden Smith and D-Law, you were going to take those snaps, but I wouldn't mind seeing him take the snaps of Dorrance Armstrong next year. Not that I hate Dorrance, it's just he's not like great at any particular thing. So if you're going to have a guy out there that's growing, I'd like to see Bradley because I feel like he has a lot of upside and he plays with a different gear. So next year, if you ask me like how rookies did, he didn't do that great this year. He didn't get enough time to.
Yeah.
But next year, I think you should see more playing time. And I think when we do, I think he's a 4 to 5 sack guy on the outside. And his run fits are, I believe, a lot better than what we were seeing out of Dorrance. That's why I was picking on Dorrance with that. CD Lamb, you don't really need to say nothing about. We already know that's product right there. Diggs, the same thing. I didn't like hearing about that little injury update just now though, but I love what Diggs brings to the field. I like both those guys. I like both of them equally. Gallimore though, I felt like he was going to be a player earlier in the season and a major player on this front four. And I feel like the way he showed out and showed up when him and Tristan Hill are next to each other next year, like you were saying, we don't really want to address defensive tackle. Like you were asking that when we were talking about the draft, but part of that reason is because we know both those guys plus Woods. We need a guy? Yeah, but we don't need him in the top 10, top 15. I would think defensive tackle we can survive doing that again the same way we did this year with Gallimore, like 3rd round or beyond, and we'll be all right. I just really think that. Biadasz, again, you guys are always up on the draft. I didn't pay attention to him coming in, but when he got in there, I like his attitude. I like his name, I like his attitude. I feel like he's gonna come back and like you said, be one of those lineal centers in the league. And outside of that, I want to see Reggie Robinson so I can tell you what I think he can do. I think if we see him in the second half of the season, maybe he answers some questions for us there too. We don't really know because with this team, you might have Gems just sitting on the bench and not knowing. But yeah, that's how I feel about this year. I think it was a really good draft year. We have guys that I think will be starting for the team for years to come.
That's why I said that Gallimore is balling at 3 tech. And can Tristan play some 1 tech next year? Law Nation, my chat box, like he ain't just talking to us. I think if anything next year, I think Neville will be the 1 and Hill will be the 3. But I don't know. I could be wrong there. But just
are you talking about switching to 2, right? Voch? No, I didn't get that. I was reading somebody coming. So you said you're gonna flip Gallimore. You're gonna flip Gallimore to the 1, and you'll play Hill at the 3.
Gallimore is a guy that's big enough to play both. I want Hill playing strictly 3. So if that's the case, both of them can just be, BGO guy, ball get off guy. But the way I look at the rest of the season, man, since this ball game and we trying to get the best draft pick, this should be our preseason. You know what I mean? So we got 8 preseason games left. So we got to bye week 7 preseason, however many. So implement that defense. Reggie Robinson need to get on the field. Bradley and I need to get on the field. Rico Dowdle, Shaywood, Lonnie Lewis need to get on the field. See what they look like.
Dowdle, I didn't know his name, but off that kickoff, man, I like Bull, man.
Rico,
And I've been watching some, Voch. You think that they re-signed Rondell Carter? Maybe he would give. What's the guy that's really not doing anything? Number 92. What's his name? Dorrance Armstrong. Would you rather see, like, if we go into that mode? Would you rather see some snaps of Rondell Carter coming in for his spot?
Let me tell you what I don't like about Rondell Carter. Let me tell you something funny about Rondell Carter. Rondell left because he wasn't getting PT because he didn't want to be on the practice squad or whatever. He's like, fine, I'll go to the Colts and get on the active roster. Then he gets cut. Work on the process, young man. Quit rushing. Because to be fair, coaches told us this all the time. We putting you on the sideline to save you. You may not be ready yet. We put you in against these monsters in there that you ain't ready for. You get embarrassed out there. So let Rondell sit on the side, man. I don't think it's time for Rondell to play yet. Dorrance actually been nice. Dorrance actually been doing some good things in the run game. So let him rock. But like I said, man, these practice squad dudes, man, these dudes that just ain't been getting on the field, that like they're on the active roster, but they not on the 46. Play them guys, man. Because I mean, there is no need to risk Sean Lee. Let him come back healthy next year. There's no need to continue to risking Zeke or nothing like that. Because if Zeke get a year-long injury, then he's gonna be gone to the middle of the season. Get Tony more carries. So you know what you got with these guys. Your linebackers, Gifford and Utah, long hair.
I want to see
Bernard,
Gifford out there, man.
Bernard, get all them guys involved, man.
Francis too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Y'all think that the reason why Bradley is not being out there enough is because he's primarily where my dog Gregory and other kid because he can't play that left defensive end side. He can try it, but he can't play it. Right?
That's the problem.
That's why.
Loaded.
Better. Yeah, they just better.
Because Randy a goddamn gangster. That's the problem. That's exactly what the problem is.
Randy a problem.
Randy nasty, man.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, let me just say.
No, we ain't finna go, dog.
let me just say this, man, because I've been reading the chat box. I'm reading the text messages and all that. I know I came off aggressive today. I know I did a lot of shouting today, but I ain't talked to my guys in a while, and all this shit was just pent up inside of me, and it just came out. I'm sorry.
No, you jumped on certain shit. Dude, he was like, hey, let's talk about it.
Oh, he came
right at it. I was like, oh, I missed some shit. I was like, damn.
Yo, it's been a while, man, and Fuss, I just wanted to. I'd have been fake if I ain't just hit you straight with the Dak shit immediately, man. So I had to.
That's what people don't understand, man. We could talk, have difference of opinions, come back and admit we was wrong. That's how you got to do it, man. We don't.
Yeah.
That's what it's about right there, bro. Because we all want the same thing. I know I do. I want to see. Listen, I want to see a good product on the field, man, and a good team. Now I'm gonna say this. This is going to be the biggest offseason in Cowboys, probably in the last 25 years of the Dallas Cowboys. Would you agree, Law? Biggest offseason.
Biggest offseason, yeah. I mean, you got so much to evaluate this offseason.
Yeah.
And I was saying that, hell, if they shut down the NFL right now for 5 months, hell, we can get Dak Prescott back, hell. So that's just how crazy this offseason is. 2020, I say it's a new cuss word. I can say 2020 5 years from now, people be ready to throw hands. That's just how it goes, man. But yeah, this is going to be the biggest anticipated offseason ever.
Without question. And so, all I'm doing is throwing out just different scenarios. That's it. That's all. We may end up with the number 1 pick. To be honest with you, like the Jets very, very easily could have beat New England last 2 nights ago. Mm-hmm. I stayed up and watched that game.
I like my dog out there, Mims. You like them?
Hey,
Mims is
look
nice.
good.
He look good,
bro. Mims look good. So that's what I'm saying, Law. You get the number 1 pick, all bets are off.
It's definitely a conversation that we're gonna be having all off season.
You get the number 1 pick. Are you trading away from Trevor Lawrence?
I am. I am.
Is somebody gonna give you a king ransom though? Somebody will give you like 4 first round.
And that's see.
But here's the thing.
That'll be 1989 draft all over.
Okoye, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Trevor Lawrence is our Herschel Walker in my mind.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. I very strongly believe Trevor Lawrence, and people have laughed at me. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence comes out if the Jets have the number 1 pick. That franchise is that bad. And there's been rumors that people in his camp are saying that he will sit a year out before he gets drafted by the Jets. He doesn't have a pull that the Mannings had. But listen, it worked for Eli. Eli was like, I'm not going to San Diego. I'm going to a better organization than the Giants. And it made sense for them. I'm really hearing that if Trevor Lawrence, y'all know I listen to a lot of draft podcasts, that if the Jets have, because that franchise is awful. It's just flat out awful. And so if they have the number one pick, but if a team like Dallas has the number one pick, or if they trade out, so I'm just saying it's going to be crazy. And it's more than one team trying to get to him. So y'all right about that. Yeah. More than one team trying to get to that player.
So that's why we need them picks, though. That's why we need them. That's why we need them picks, though, man. You know, if we can get multiple, like, because if somebody give that much up to go get Jared Goff, imagine what they'll give up to go get Trevor Lawrence. That's a franchise changer. That's a dynasty builder. And y'all know we get busy with draft picks, man. If we do anything right. We get busy with draft picks, man. But listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all fellas too long, man. I want y'all to plug everything you got. I know Foot's being a dad right now, but plug that too. Go ahead, Foot's plug everything you're doing.
Hey, man, Cowboys Nation TV. I'm doing a watch list. I've been doing it every week. Just 2 players just to watch up and coming college football games. And I've just been hitting it on the channel, just talking on my way into work. And then watching y'all guys, man, y'all got the production locked in. I just be giving my thoughts, fellas. Appreciate to share this time with my good man. That's it. That's all.
Likewise, man. Welcome to the club too, man. Voch on his way. He just don't know it.
Voch on his way.
I ain't shooting nobody club up yet. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time, I just got a new Benelli. You know what I'm saying? So I got every gun John Wick got. So when it's time to shoot the club up, it's ball game.
We gonna take that safety clip off, fam. Take that safety clip off.
Koye Media. Tell the people where they can find you at, sir.
Man, you can find me right here on YouTube at Okoye Media. I can't even say the name of it. At Okoye Media, that's AKOYE Media on YouTube. I just did a Patrick Surtain video. Somebody asked me to do, so that'll be out as soon as I finish putting the tags and all that on it. I'm gonna release it tonight or tomorrow morning, something like that. Also, look out for me. I'm about to start another channel for boxing because people keep asking for it. So I've been back in the gym myself. We've been recording all of the footage. So we'll be starting the Koye boxing soon too. So like I said, I appreciate everybody this year, man. Kind of like taking my head off out of everything that's been going on this year. Plus, 2020 has been kind of crazy. So I appreciate having y'all too, man. Like this is a good escape. So we gotta do it more often.
We need that, brother. We need that because I like being in the seat where I learn things. I'm always pointing things out on the screen or whatever. I like to just sit back. Man, you was talking about something. You was talking about Wilder and Fury, and you was saying Fury was digging the tape from the glove in his eye, and I'm like, I didn't know you could do that shit. Like I just different nuances I didn't even know about. So Koye, definitely get that going. Law Nation, please, sir, tell us where they can find you at.
Oh man, y'all can find me on multiple platforms at Law Nation. Just type that in on your Googles or your Twitter or your Facebooks and Instagram and YouTube, and you'll see my face, name, and logo there. So y'all help out the nation and support me. Subscribe, follow me there at LAW Nation. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, man, you type in law and order don't even come up no more. You just type in law on YouTube, nation come right behind it. I'm like, he done took over law. This dude done dominated law.
Hands on it, baby. Anyway. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all y'all, man. Thank you for having me on the show, guys.
No doubt.
Yeah, and I'm Voch Lombardi, VOCH, LOMBARDI, all that good shit. I had the Law and Order playing in the background, you know what I'm saying?
I heard it. I was like, yeah.
Had the young me in the background.
Yeah, that was fast right there. That was quick.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get a little better at it, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get my, you know what I'm saying?
I see you like Jamie on Joe Rogan at that, Joe.
Hey, man, you know. But, hey, man, I appreciate y'all fellas, everything y'all doing, man. I'm going to chill with Foots one day. We going to fish because it seemed like every time Foots drop a hook in the water, it's a fish on it. I'm going to go to Koye. I'm gonna go visit Okoye. We gonna box. I'm gonna go visit Law Nation. We gonna ride around Dallas and do whatever. I'm gonna teach all y'all how to shoot, man. Y'all my guys. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? VOCHLOMBARDI, everything. Shouts out to everybody in the chat box. I might be hanging around in the chat box just typing stuff up when all this is done, man. Like I said, we haven't had a round table in a long time. I had a lot on my chest. So next time y'all see it, I mean, it might be like March or something, but you know, if we did it every week, you wouldn't like it so much, all right? But y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. The Peace Whiskey is free, man. Salute. Peace.
Salute.
Happy Veterans Day.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.